when you accidentally share your war plans in a group chat with a journalist and Elon is over here like, wait, you guys have a group chat?
Welcome to GayTalk 2.0, the ultimate podcast for your dose of dish. It has been one shit show of a week. We took a week off, but we are back. Thank you for joining us. Welcome to another episode of GayTalk 2.0, an LGBT podcast. We are streaming live on our YouTube channel for all of our Patreon supporters. I thank you for joining us. My name is Tom, and I am your host. And as always, I'm in the studio with my amazing co-host, starting with the first one.
Hey, y'all, Nick or Trish.
And
J Bear, a.k.a. Boyfriend's boyfriend.
oh my God, let me tell you.
Oh, I forgot my libation.
Oh, that's okay. You can run upstairs and get it. I'll talk to Trish for a hot minute.
Go ahead, please.
So, no, it's been crazy. There's a lot of shit going on in government that I'm just like flabbergasted about, but we'll get into that. Before we do, quick roundtable with the children. Jay, we'll start with you. How are you?
I'm thirsty. No.
Well,
Let me
wait.
stop.
What kind of thirsty?
There's a few thirsts going on.
You have no underwear on.
No?
Well, she never wears underwear. Anyway,
winter's over.
Yeah, we know.
Officially, yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Well, you know how that goes.
I'm in my underwear right now, sitting in this chair.
Why? Oh, yeah, that's true.
Well, because it's spring is here and spring has sprung.
I'm in my last pair of underwear. They're my nasty pig underwear. I can finally fit back into them, but they're a little tight.
I was just having a conversation with a friend of mine before we came on air. Can I smell them?
No. Ew.
I'm kidding. I know, right? Ew.
If you ever
I would never
murder.
murder on Wisteria Lane. Oh my God. Where do we even begin? So Jay,
Yes.
so we didn't record last week. There's a reason why. We'll get into that.
Yep.
But how are you?
I'm okay.
You
I
okay?
guess.
You're thirsty. You're still
I'm
thirsty.
But
And what kind of thirsty are you?
for some libations right now.
Okay, well, go run.
No,
go.
we will. Yeah.
Oh,
we'll,
I said,
we'll get to
here,
that.
here I am telling him.
Go get your drink
Go get your
while
drink
we
while-
talk about you.
Why I talk about Trish and I put the
I'm
spotlight
like, Jay,
right
we'll
on
start
him.
with you.
Yeah.
Jay's not
You
sitting
can
there
wait.
right now.
You can wait. No.
All right, well.
No, we're here. So
And we're queer.
and we're queer. No,
Somewhat.
it's been busy, I guess.
Yes, it has.
Busy and trying to get stuff done, and work's a shit show some days, like today. And
Every day. Every day is a holiday. No, every day can't be a holiday.
no.
Where's that from? I just want
Can't
a
recall.
Coke.
Yeah.
That's the guy where the house was burning down. I was like, no, every day can't be a holiday. No, I'm trying to think about where is that.
Yeah.
No, I can't remember.
Can't
but
recall. But yeah, no, it's going. It's going.
Good.
Just staying busy.
busy,
That's pretty
busy's
much it.
good, and,
Yeah.
and we're getting more daylight
Yes.
now in the afternoons. Do you feel more energized now that spring is here?
No, I'm still sleeping 4 hours a night, so I still.
That's tough.
Yeah.
We have to talk to the missus about that.
Yeah, and my daughter's gun ho about getting a garden going this summer, so she's bought seeds
tell
upon
her why.
seeds upon seeds.
Well, I can give her some seed.
And
But why? Do you know? Oh, so you'll spend. I've thought about this, right? Because I have space. We've thought about chicken coops. We've thought about gardening.
yeah,
You spend
chicken
more
coops.
money on dirt and supplies to
Than
grow
going
that
to the
shit than
store.
going to the store and just buying the fucking pepper for $1.99.
yeah. So I'm kind of allowing her to go through her process. So
Yeah. The key is to save the seeds, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
that you don't have to go out and buy more
seeds.
seeds
Yeah.
the following year.
Yeah. So
Well, and also too, if like she really gets into it, get a composter, and then you can create your own soil.
Of
Yeah,
course,
exactly.
and do all of your
Yeah, do all
organic.
your- and which chickens come into play with that?
We should
as
just
well.
put Bridgeport in a compost.
Wow. You're gonna get some hate mail.
Yeah.
I know. I'm joking.
Yeah, we're
Her
kidding.
email is Trish Laputa.
It's actually at Nick. It's Nick at GayTalk20.com.
Oh, I don't get that email, so email it all you want.
Email it.
It funnels into the GayTalk.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
where that's all the nasty shit.
Yeah, I think
get.
we have 4. We have Chris at GayTalk20.com, Tom at GayTalk20.com, Nick at GayTalk20. I had
I need
created
to update my
Yeah.
headshot.
I don't.
Yeah, it's time.
I don't have one.
Yeah.
Not yet. I've only been
Yeah.
here 6 years. But
Especially now, girl. You look fabulous.
yeah.
It's time.
Has it been 6 years?
What?
No.
It feels like it.
It feels like no. I think it's been the better part of 4 years
I
that
think
you've
so.
been.
I
You've
don't-
been.
I don't recall it. I don't know. You guys told me I was here like 2 years or something like that last time. And I felt like I had just started.
Yeah, and now it's 2020,
Yeah.
2025.
Yeah.
Well,
So
you were on during the pandemic, right?
Yeah.
yeah, he did some guest episodes from time to time in 2020, but he wasn't officially with us all the time like he is now.
Okay.
So I think it wasn't until like 2021, 2022, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
You're approaching. Well, so I've been at the Schubert for 4 years next month.
Exactly.
So you're definitely on the show for at least 4 years.
Yeah.
Easy.
Plus, so you're probably around. You probably are around five,
Yeah.
5.5,
Yeah.
6, maybe.
Time flies when you're on Prozac.
I keep saying that. Nobody believes me. Nobody
It's
believes
crazy.
me.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah,
Good.
just kind of.
Well, I'm glad that you're thirsty. I
Dealing.
hope that you find all of the quenching necessities that you need to quench all your thirst.
All the thirsts.
Thirsts. Yeah, in whatever capacities.
Well, we are in Wisteria Lane.
Well, those are my thirst.
Girl.
Okay.
Quench what? The thirst quenching capital of West Haven.
I cannot. Oh my god.
Yep.
Yep.
I'm not disagreeing.
So I have my friend L in Puerto Rico just literally texted me and said, "Esta maricona está flaca." Tell her.
Yeah. See.
She's
Yeah.
like, "You are skinny, bitch."
Not yet.
Yeah, she's getting there.
We're working on it.
Yeah, I keep telling her she should get she wants to be. What did you say? 185.
185.
I think you should go down to like 179. That's the magic number.
When I was 185 and fit, I was like, yes.
Yes.
So like, if I need to lose a little bit more weight and go back to the gym. That's what needs to happen.
I think you're fine at the weight you're at.
I think she's fabulous.
Yep. If you were to bulk that up,
Bulk that ass up.
you'd be looking like that farmer bee
Oh.
No one can look like that.
doing thirst picks. Yeah, doing
So,
thirst picks with.
Funny story. Jay butt dialed me the other day.
Did you?
Yeah, so he butt dialed me the other day, and I picked it up. And it was Friday, and I didn't all I could hear is whistling. And I was like, this motherfucker, and not responding to me, just whistling. I'm like, that better have been a fucking butt dial. I was like, what the fuck?
What the fuck?
What is going on? Oh my god. No, but it's hilarious because it's like that whistle that guy does. I recognize that people could be watching that video
You
at
already
work,
know?
and I know exactly who they're watching.
I brought it to one of my coworkers who follows him.
Blindly, like you were?
Yeah.
Yeah. But she was not blind to it.
Oh.
And she was like, oh no, he's a thirst trap.
Oh, yeah.
I was
See?
like,
That's
damn.
not a trap, honey. That is
Yeah.
a
That's a
whole
black
fucking.
hole.
That's a black hole. You
Yeah.
just go straight to hell on that.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you go bungee jumping and you go straight to hell.
Yeah.
There's no coming back up.
No.
It's just done.
But he's
Yeah.
He's fine and he's packing.
And the quail chicks are cute too.
Yeah, the quails.
They're meh.
Yeah, Peter and Paul and whatever he's calling them.
Whatever he
No,
wants.
yeah, it
He can
doesn't,
give- he
doesn't
can
give
give
a
all the
shit what
names.
he calls
As
them.
long as he calls one Tommy,
Yeah.
then I'll feel important. Maybe one can be named Nick. The other one Javier. That's the Puerto Rican one.
Yeah.
Oh wait, I'm Puerto Rican too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot about that. But you're Puerto Rican by
Default.
default.
Yeah.
Yeah. She got Rican cred.
Yeah. Yeah. She's
She
got
does.
a little
She
cred.
does.
Yeah.
So how are you, Trish?
I'm all right. Busy.
I'm like, go.
You've
Go
been
get your drink.
dismissed.
How are you?
I'm all right. Busy.
Work is busy?
Yep. We
Yeah.
had a weekend full of shows. Last week was a lot.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was.
Uh,
Do we want to talk about that?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. So we canceled last week for a reason. Um, you know, I'm a dog person. I have my 2 babies. You had an opportunity to share in the love of what animals bring, right? And all of its iterations. And unfortunately, we had to put a sweet baby girl
Yeah, we did.
down.
So I'm not, as many people know, I'm not an animal person. I've never really been one. I think mainly it's because I'm allergic, but I do love my gay animals. Right.
Of course.
Right. Okay. So just to keep it clear.
Yes.
However, me and my roommate, Pat, who has moved out for about 1.5 years.
Yeah.
Took the dog that we got together with him, Raleigh. And we got her when she was probably about 4. We've had her for at least, I moved here in 2012 is when I think we got her. So when she was 4, it's 2025. So we think she was about 14 or 15. So she lived a really good life, but she was really, really struggling. So last week, Tom and Jay both know baby Raleigh. We all loved her very much. And she loved coming here. So we had her, my old roommate came down last week, and we were contemplating still doing a show, but then just the timing didn't work out, and we ended up spending the evening with Raleigh, and it was very, very nice. And then on Friday, Pat and I had to make the decision to put her down. Right. So it was definitely not an easy week, because even though I'm not an animal person, and I said it in my post, I love that girl. You know, she made me crazy. She definitely made me crazy sometimes. But she was a really good girl.
She was.
What you don't realize is unconditional love until you own an animal.
Yeah,
like a pet.
I walked out of that fucking
Especially
vet's office
dogs.
and I was like, never again.
Yeah.
Tell me about it. I mean, like, I have 2 right now that, one is 9, the other one's 10 years old, and Yorkies tend to last a while, but on average, you get about a good, 15 years out of a typical Yorkie. In rare cases, they can go even longer, some up to like 22 years.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so, that's a very significant portion of your life. I don't know how I'm going to be. I'm going to probably just be devastated.
Yeah.
And
It's a family member, so
yeah, of course.
Yeah.
For me, they're my kids.
Yeah.
I remember that I used to do a podcast with Candace.
Yeah.
And it used to call the Breezy Moms podcast, and she would always chastise me because I would always say my children, and she was offended because she's like, I actually have children, and no, you can't. It's not the same. I'm like, Candace, it is. It's the same. It's the same feeling. You worry about them. Yeah, but you can't leave your children alone, and you leave your dogs alone. It's not the same. I'm like, you got a point there, but nonetheless, when I'm not with them, I'm worried about them 100% all the time, and so the gift for me was that, you and your roommate, Pat, trusted me enough to babysit. Well, not necessarily babysit.
Well, Pat even said, like, she, as she got a little older, she started developing a little bit of anxiety, and she only really felt comfortable in a couple spaces, and that was with Pat and in his new place here at our old place and at his mom's farm. So, like, those are the only, like, he couldn't even take her to Maine on vacations anymore. So, like, I would watch her when he would go to Maine.
Right.
But at the same time, it was just like his big thing, the last week, because he had taken some time off work to spend with the dog, he took her to a bunch of different places that she loves, including here.
Right.
And as soon as she got here, she was just so comfortable.
She's ready to go. I mean, she explored the whole yard. She marked everywhere.
Yep.
And for me, it was a privilege, right, to be able to share in that unconditional love that Raleigh was able to share with. And
she got along with your pup so well.
Oh, she did. I'm like, my pups don't dare. They looked at her and be like, "Oh no, this is not one bitch we want to fuck with."
No, definitely not.
No. Even though, so she was very chill.
Yeah,
right.
Always.
When she was here, she would never bark. No. Right. She would parade that backyard like she owned the joint. And I felt privileged enough to be able to say that she came here, stayed with me, stayed with my pups, and felt comfortable. To me, it was an honor.
Yeah.
You know, to be able to have her in my space and have her feel comfortable. And when Pat said that to me, we were outside. You know, we built a fire and we were talking and reminiscing. He says, you know, that there was very, you know, like you said, there were very few spaces in where she felt comfortable, and this is one of them. And the fact that she was here 3 days before, you know, she unfortunately had to leave us, it just, it makes me feel really, really warm that I was able to be in some way, shape, or form a light in her path.
Yeah, it was really nice. So like Pat is with somebody now, and you know they're engaged. And I was texting back and forth with Pat afterwards because we were both just going through it, and he just said to me, "It was so great that you actually, you know, made it work, because I literally had a packed day and I chose that night and made it work to go and be with her." And he said to me, you know, she needed her other daddy there, and it just meant a lot when he said that. Yeah.
Well, she was your baby too.
I know.
You know, you spent a lot of time with her. You worked with her. You did a lot of training.
Yeah.
For her.
I did. Yeah, she was
a handful when you first got her.
Oh
and,
my
you know,
God,
by the end of it, you know, she was a very good girl.
Yeah. Yeah, she was something special.
So
she would cry, but she was special.
she
was actually kind of perfect. Like,
yeah, I mean, hello.
Yeah.
That apple doesn't fall far from the tree, you know.
Yeah. No.
So cray dog, cray owner.
Yeah.
Yeah, it works out. It checks out.
Yeah, I think the hardest part for me putting her down was when I walked into the room and she was so thrilled and excited to see me. She kept jumping all over me, and you know, she was in great spirits. Honestly, she was on, like, you know, painkillers and a little bit of steroids and stuff, but she was in good spirits.
Well, just
but
like
she
her
was,
mom.
Yeah, but we still had to, you know, she was still suffering. And
You're
so
evil.
So watching her go from just being so excited to see me to that next phase was like a little tough, but she's in a better place now. So
yeah, well, I expect all of you bitches to be with me when the inevitable happens with my babies.
yeah, I'll be like, give me the syringe.
Oh, I hate her.
I would never.
But you know, it's she was a good girl, and she will always be remembered with a lot of love, and you know, and she was just she really enhanced our lives for the better. You know, I truly believe that animals are just that, right? They are
True.
I think my favorite about bringing her here is whenever I would bring her, like, Riley was chill. She didn't bark. She would run around and like have fun, but she was chill. And I bring her here, and your dogs are not chill.
no.
And she would stand at the top of the hill and be like, "These bitches."
Yes.
Are
She was
fucking
like, these are
nut jobs."
psychos. She's like, I'm just going to stay up here, mind my own business. Y'all leave me alone. You can go down to the end. Unless at the time I had a golden retriever that used to live at the bottom of my backyard, bottom of the hill, and the other house on the other side. We had Duke.
Yeah.
When Duke was out, oh, she was,
Yep.
that pussy was up.
She was nasty.
Because Duke was gorgeous. And now they have another golden retriever, and my dog's still, you know, to the whole
Yeah.
run back and forth. So.
Anyway,
So that is why we didn't record last week. I felt that, you know, we could miss a week and make sure that we provide the special, beautiful, you know, soul a good, a proper farewell.
yeah.
It was much needed.
Yeah.
So that was pretty much it. Where do we go from there?
Well, I mean, I could talk about gay animals.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
Do we have more gay animals?
Actually, yeah, I have a story.
It's not a penguin, is it?
It is a penguin.
Oh my God. These penguins, what is up with them? It's like they're really going through it.
So there was a viral video of an adorable lesbian penguin named Green Bean.
Green Bean.
And it went viral, the video. So Green Bean hails from the Newport Aquarium in Kentucky. And her partner, Randy, she was bringing her partner, who is nesting right now, though they are fake eggs because they are not a breeding facility. What Randy was nesting, so Green Bean brought a toy ball to the nest for Randy to play with. And so the video went viral with over 300,000 likes. But what I really loved about the whole thing was, of course, we had Republicans saying bullshit, the right saying whatever
Trans
they want.
penguins.
Listen, no matter
They're
what they
spending
say,
money on trans penguins.
exactly. No matter what they say, you can always count on lesbians to bring the toys, and they
Yeah,
always bring the
yeah.
good toys.
Yeah.
Of course.
Okay.
But there was so much news about the gay penguins that former Vice President blah, blah, blah. Former Vice President Tim Walz, candidate Tim Walz, made comments during a speech at the National Human Rights Campaign dinner. And he said, like reading about two male penguins who love each other is somehow going to turn your children gay. Here's what I have to tell you. It's a fact. Some people are gay.
And it's true.
Yeah, no,
it's
and
true.
I love that because this is just naturally occurring in nature, and you're going to, flip out about it or have an opinion about it. Fuck you, dude. It's natural in nature. Like, it's not going to turn your children gay. And the fact that he just called it out and said that was just nice to see. However, he was talking about Sven and Magic, who Sven had passed away.
Oh, I know. And we've talked about Sven and Magic on the show. I think it was Mama Kim who first introduced us to...
And their baby Svenjek.
Yeah. Well, interestingly enough that you mentioned, the HRC and the speech by the former, governor who ran as vice president for Kamala Harris. But I think if I'm not mistaken, the mayor, it's not the mayor, the governor of Illinois actually was also at the HRC and made a very impassioned speech about the LGBTQ plus. Illinois Governor Spritzker stands up for LGBTQ plus community in a fiery HR speech. That was actually posted on theadvocate.com. If you guys want to go and read that story, you can. In it, he was talking about all the issues that are plaguing our community right now, specifically the trans community. Basically, he is one of the strongest voices against Donald Trump. He stood up for LGBTQ plus and particularly transgender people in a fiery speech on Saturday at the Human Rights Campaign's Los Angeles dinner. He said, quote, "The Trump administration and his Republican lackeys in Congress are looking to reverse every single victory this community has ever won over the past 50 years. He said in the speech that, and right now, it's drag queens reading books and transgender people serving in the military. Tomorrow, it's going to be your marriage license and your job that they want to take away. Bending to the whims of the bully will not end this cruelty. It will only embolden them. The response to
authoritarianism.
Thank you. Isn't acquiescence. Bullies respond to one thing and one thing only, and that is a punch in the face." And I was like, ooh, talk about that. He goes on to say, and in the midst of this extremist fight, this battle that seems to consume everything, well, let's not take the soul-sucking path of sacrificing the most persecuted for that which we deem to be the most popular. He went on, "I know that there are transgender children right now looking out to this world and wondering if anyone is going to stand up for them and for their simple right to exist. Well, I am, we are, and we will."
I love that, but I do need to just correct you. It's acquiescence.
Acquiescence. Okay, well, thank you. I'm Puerto Rican guy. I think in
No,
five
but you went right through it. You crushed it. You had confidence. I loved it.
Oh, I'm hurt. I've been gutted. No, I'm kidding. No, I just think it's very important for political figures, especially those governors in these states that need to make statements like this. Like you take the for example, the governor of if I'm not mistaken, I think it's the governor of
Kentucky,
Maine.
Oh yeah.
She is on fire. I mean, she is.
Trump
she is
not happy with her.
He is not, and she is not backing
I'm fine with
down.
that.
And I think it's just it just goes to show you the hot mess that this administration is right now, and to further touch on the hot messness, because it's horrible. How about the fucking group chat? Did y'all read about this?
Of course, we read about this.
I was flabbergasted at the idea.
Oh wait, but her emails.
But her emails, right? Oh, they were worried about Hillary Clinton and her private email server and national security secrets. But these motherfuckers are using a public app, right? So I think the app is called. Oh God, what is it called? Help me out here.
WhatsApp?
No, it's not WhatsApp.
Thanks. No.
No, it's not the one that Kenny uses to blast us with group texts
And titty pics.
and titty pics.
Keep them
yeah.
coming. No, stop.
I think he said the Trump administration, the highest level of fuck up imaginable, following the news that the top officials mistakenly shared U.S. war plans in an unsecured group chat that happened to include a journalist, right?
That's what confuses me. Like, how was this journalist involved?
My point.
So apparently that group chat is by invite only. So
you invited
yeah,
Sorry,
so for the leak to occur, it wasn't like the guy hacked into something. It's I guess it's private to a point, right?
Right. The service is called Signal, right?
Signal, yeah. So is it same as like Discord?
It could be. It could be the same.
Yeah.
Like it promises end-to-end encryption.
Yeah.
So
all that good stuff.
But it can't be end-to-end encryption inscription. If you
Encrypted?
are encrypted, yeah, encrypted, like end-to-end inscription.
No, encryption.
Encryption. Thank you. Oh, she's speaking cursive today, and I'm loving every moment of
I'm
it.
like, what?
These Long River Ranch
Yeah, they're amazing, aren't they?
juice packs.
So they can't expect to have total, secrecy if you're going to literally invite a journalist to come in and then take all these screenshots and publish.
Yeah, and now they're claiming, the journalist is making it up, and
No, he's not. No, he's not.
I do have to say though,
he's trying to make a name for himself.
on behalf of like the journalist Jeffrey Goldberg, like, given that this is very sensitive information, it's literally war plans, right? He could have leaked that. That could have really fucked the American
Of
army.
course.
Like,
they were talking about attacks that they were going to perpetrate on Yemen, on a terrorist group in Yemen.
Yeah, and it's specified dates and where and who and what. Come on, it was a whole full menu, basically, full menu.
Yeah.
Day by day.
This is just jaw-dropping bullshit.
Yeah.
Like,
What is this chick's name? Gabbard? Is it Tulsi Gabbard? Yeah, she is currently
Gabbard.
Yeah, she is the United States Director of National Intelligence. So she is oh my God. Yeah. So she was appointed by Trump. So she's the Director for National Intelligence. So she got called to Congress to answer for this fuck up. Like, how do you allow this to happen? And when a senator went in and started questioning her, all she could say was like, and the senator was just like, cat got your tongue? Like, bitch, how does this happen?
Yeah.
It's fucking nuts. It's a clown car, and when I tell you, there's still space for additional clowns in this car. This is not over. It's not even fucking April.
it's crazy. Absolutely nuts.
We still have another 3 years and 6 months of this shit. Potentially longer if they figure out how to fucking allow this man to run for a third term.
Why you gotta be so negative?
I'm just saying.
They're working on it.
It's scary.
It keeps coming up.
It's scary.
It keeps coming up. The way they're doing stuff, the way they're trying to, make certain news channels illegal or fake. It's man, what a fucking shit show. There's no getting around it.
Here's the interesting thing, right? We've already had examples of governments using text messages like this, private chat apps that have actually gotten toppled.
Yeah.
So Ricky Rosselló,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Puerto Rico.
He was the governor of Puerto Rico. he had a huge chat group with other government officials that actually became public, where he was talking shit about the people, other government officials from the opposing party. He was talking. There was so much shit that it actually polarized the people of Puerto Rico to go and actually like protest against him, calling him to resign, and he had no choice but to do so.
But see, the thing is, in Puerto Rico, when they say we're shutting down, they're shutting down.
Oh, they'll shut that shit down.
It's not like here where you got a sect of people here and a sect of
Yeah.
The entire fucking island.
It was like a
shuts down.
fucking celebrate. It was like the San Sebastian celebration, just calling for his resignation.
Yeah, so
There was thousands and thousands of people in Old San Juan, because that's where obviously the governor's mansion is, and the I believe the Senate and the House of Representatives in Puerto Rico all lie within the Old San Juan area. And that's only but so many square miles. You can easily fit thousands and thousands of Puerto Rico and just shut traffic down indefinitely.
Yeah,
It's insane.
Text messages were sexist, homophobic, offensive. I mean, and it was him and his cabinet basically sending messages out, and they got leaked out. I'm sure it was somebody who got pissed off or got rubbed the wrong way or didn't get rubbed the wrong way.
Right. I think one of the things he ended up saying was
or
that
a pissed off wife, and hey, here you go.
he actually, so we're talking about Ricky Rosselló. He actually went in this chat. He was describing women as cunts.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh, it was bad. It was bad. And so when you think about, for example, what's happening with this, service and them using this type of application, which is not sanctioned by the U.S. government, by the way. Well, apparently it is now. To share that type of sensitive information, it's just a no-no. But in the end, her emails.
Yeah, and look at this. It was a 2-week long demonstration for him to resign in Puerto Rico, to the point where they closed down an 11-lane highway.
Do we have an 11-lane highway?
Yeah, the main highway. That's 11 lanes.
Where?
When you go from San Juan to like Lares, that big highway.
52?
Yeah,
That's not
that shit
11
was
lanes?
huge. Yeah.
Girl, you miscounted, because I've driven that. I've driven that PR 52 down to Calle. 11 lanes. Well, okay, so let's see. 5 on 1. Maybe they're including the HOV lanes.
Are you trying to say I'm trumping it?
You are trumping it.
I'm making up.
Who gives a
I'm
shit
making
about
up
how
like
many lanes there
so
are?
many lanes. Just so many lanes.
You know what? I don't give a fuck how many lanes there are.
So many lanes.
So many lanes. It's huge. It was just
It's
huge.
You want to know the icing on the cake? It doesn't matter how many fucking lanes they have. It's always traffic.
Yeah.
Always.
True.
Oh my God, driving in Puerto Rico is torture.
So much traffic, so many lanes.
Yeah, it's also beautiful. It's huge. It's huge. No, it's crazy. I am fearful for what could happen as a result. I mean, we've already lost, as a result of these tariffs that this man passed recently. We've already lost, the trust of our partners around the world.
Oh my God.
You've got Canada.
And that's what I don't understand why, like how people who supported him, and especially smart people, some of which are in my life, don't see how the world is reacting.
Right. Well, they don't care.
Against
right.
America.
Here's a guy that stands for what I stand for. Right. And you can sit here and say, oh, well, I don't think that he's a great person, but I love some of the things that he's supporting or some of the things that he's doing for our economy. Well, shit, he's not doing anything. Have you checked your 401k lately?
No, I don't want to.
So my thing is this. If you support some of it, you're supporting all of it. And they have to own this. The Republican Party and its supporters have to own all of this that's happening because they allowed it. They knew this would happen. Mm-hmm. It happened in the first 4 years, right? So now, as a result of all of these leaks and all these things that are happening, people are wondering whose head is going to fly first. And I have a bet. I think that Pete Hegseth, the drunk, I think he's going to be the first to go.
Yeah, we'll see.
You know,
We shall see. I
'Cause-
mean, I could just, this fucker be beyond. He's pardoning and tariffing. That's all he does. Tariffs and pardons.
so
all
apparently,
he's known for.
apparently,
And he
Yeah.
removed what security clearance for
Biden and
Biden, Hillary,
Yep.
Kamala.
like,
the people he didn't like.
right, of course.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. So the Pete Hegseth is the
Yeah.
defense secretary. Michael Waltz is the national security advisor. These are all high level officials that were on this chat.
Yeah, I just hope they don't start sharing the nuclear codes through chat.
For all we know, it could already happen.
Yeah, might have been on that text.
Yeah, it's scary.
Yeah,
It really is.
they just pardoned Hunter Biden's ex business partner.
Oh, that's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
So interestingly enough,
Devon Archer.
he's pardoning a lot of people, but he wanted to rescind the pardons that Joe Biden gave the January 6th committee members that processed that investigation. Not only that, he is now allegedly seeking reparations for all the January 6th rioters.
Oh my god, what a fucking asshole!
Yeah.
That
I'm not going to say rioters. They're the insurrectionists. He's seeking reparations for them. I cannot. So we have an option, boys. We can take a break or we can go straight through. We've got about another 7 minutes. Up to you.
I don't care either way.
Jay Bird, what
Let's
say
keep
you?
going.
All right, let's keep going. What do you got, Jay Bird? Anything from you?
No.
He's like, let's take a break.
Let's take a break.
No, it's crazy. It's
yeah,
crazy.
so
It's crazy.
Trump discusses a compensation fund
Right.
for the January 6 rioters.
Right. And do you know who Jasmine Crockett is?
Yes, love
Obviously.
her. Love her.
That woman is giving me life on so many levels. And she is trolling people. Like literally she so I don't know if you know Greg Abbott.
Not so much trolling, but just stating the facts and the truth.
Oh, I mean, she was the one that called Marjorie Taylor Greene
Yeah.
the oh my god,
Big back, whatever. Yeah.
big like crazy butch woman.
Yeah,
Yeah.
whatever she said.
Oh my god. That was a legendary moment. So she is from the state of she's a representative from the state of Texas, right? And her governor is Governor Abbott, who happens to be in a wheelchair at the moment. For whatever reason, not sure what's going on there. So she starts mocking him on the sports bans for transgender people and says, find the little trans child that is ruining your life. Please do so. Tell me. And then she calls him. She goes on to say, something along the lines of, oh my God, I just literally had it in front of me. And when these browsers refresh, she started calling him something along the lines of like, a sports guy in a wheelchair that can't do anything. But here you are going after trans kids, right?
Mm-hmm.
And banning trans people in playing sports. And do tell me.
Well, I think my favorite thing about her, and one of my favorite
She
things
called
about her.
Governor Greg Abbott Hot Wheels.
Hot Wheels,
There
yes.
you go. There you go. But I can't remember who called her out, but somebody in Trump's administration called her out and said something, and she literally was like, "Don't fucking try me." And she came out and she just spoke directly to the woman.
Yeah.
Yeah, and she's not afraid to address people, which is what I love about her. Like, she will come out to your face and tell you, this is how it is, bitch. Like, I'm an educated black woman with many countless degrees. And she would literally like look at Marjorie Taylor Greene and be like, what do you have?
Mm-hmm.
Bad built, butch, blonde, bleach, like, bad built body. I was like, oh my God, I cannot with her.
Butch build body.
And she
yeah.
be shutting fucking committee meetings down. I
Yeah.
mean, she goes and her time is up. She's like, I'm not done speaking. I don't give a fuck about the time. I'm gonna do my thing. And she is one of the people that is making headlines. She is shaking things up, and we need more like her in Congress.
Yeah, I mean, like so is Bernie Sanders and AOC right now.
Oh, AOC's on fire. Like,
I will say, I hope she does not run, but
yeah, no,
she's too far left.
Yeah,
But-
she can't.
But you know, these these rallies that they're holding, they're like literally gaining so much momentum.
Right.
So many people are showing up, and you know, people are like, well, what are these about? And they're literally peaceful protests about anti-oligarchy.
And so you remember the first Trump administration,
I blocked it out.
but you can't. I mean, we were part of history.
This whole couple months have been triggering. It's
Yeah,
been
Jay wasn't with us
flashbacks.
in 2016 when Trump was first elected, but as a show, we ended up going to DC and participating in the National Equality March.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember that? We did a show from DC. You know, there was the Women's March in DC. There's been a lot of marches, and I'm starting to see that energy polarize now.
Hey, you gotta
But I
look at
almost-
Pennsylvania with flipping that state Senate seat.
Yeah, I
Did
also
they flip it?
They got the one. A Pennsylvania state Senate district that Trump had won by 15 points just flipped blue tonight.
That's
this is how
amazing.
it's
They
done.
need one
Run
more.
everywhere.
But also, we
So, two.
saw fucking Trump literally claim that
yeah.
the fucking election was rigged.
Yeah.
He literally said it in the
Until
White
he
House.
won. Until he won.
No.
After
Rigged in
that.
his favor.
Stop it.
We literally
That
saw
was
him
the,
say
was
it.
that was
the video that
message
you were
it sent
sharing?
us, yeah.
Yeah,
I think
don't know. I
that
don't-
was
I don't.
I think that was
think
AI
that was real.
generated.
I think it was real.
I
I think it was real.
think it wasn't. But I mean, hey, listen. If he's willing to admit it,
I
Go
mean,
for it.
I
Yeah.
don't necessarily think it wasn't. So,
Yeah.
we listen.
and I don't want to be that person, but
Yeah.
all the swing states,
I mean, listen,
Linda,
Linda. It's possible.
anything's possible.
I'm just saying. I just don't want to sound like Trump. Oh, it was rigged. It was rigged. It was
That's
rigged.
why I'm
it
not
was
saying
rigged.
that. I'm just saying,
And you know,
all the swing states.
kudos to Kamala, right? Because she got up there. I'm going to accept these results, and I'm going to move on.
I'm not.
I know you ain't, girl, and I'm not going to move on. I don't like the fact that this man is in office more than you do or anyone else that doesn't, support this shit, because we didn't sign up for this shit. We didn't sign up for all this debauchery and all this craziness and the fucking clown car that just keeps getting bigger and bigger. At this point, it's not even a fucking car; it's a fucking bus.
Yeah, I mean, and you have like going back to like the world reaction, right? You have European countries literally putting. We used to put warnings out about travel.
Right? They're putting warnings against us.
Yeah.
They're literally saying LGBTQ plus individuals should be very careful when traveling to the U.S.
I'm afraid to travel to Puerto Rico because at any point in time, this motherfucker could just be like, well, all Puerto Ricans that on the island are no longer U.S. citizens.
I
And
need
then
to
I'm
get my
fucking
passport
stuck.
redone, like bad.
Oh boy.
It could happen. Right? I mean, it needs to be an act of Congress, obviously. He doesn't have that power, but he could, like he just literally said, not
Sign
couple
an
of months ago,
executive order.
I'm going to sign an executive order that every Puerto Rican on the island of Puerto Rico is no longer a U.S. citizen. And then what do?
Yep.
Right? It's fucking nuts. Oh, and by the way, if you're planning to travel, the deadline to make sure that you have a secure, real ID with the little star on the top right of your driver's license is going to be a requirement starting March 31st. If you don't have it, you can't travel. Make sure that you make arrangements to go to your DMV and get yourself a real ID.
I got mine.
Good for you. So do
Yep.
I. But yeah, that's starting. And yeah, I'm just, I can't. So
Our world's on fire. How about yours?
it is. What is there another world? Can we go there? Can we? Is it better?
I don't know.
I think I'm going to go live on Mars. I've got to figure something out.
Elon Musk is going there next.
No, she can stay there. Honestly. So I will tell you this. In the midst of all this craziness, I just want to, even though it happened on one of his fucking vessels, I'm happy that 2 astronauts that were stranded in space for 8 months are finally back home.
9.
They had a
Yep.
very successful
Somebody was.
splashdown. And they're back with their families and all is well.
Yeah, he finally got ship to launch.
Right, without exploding.
Yeah, proud
I was
of them.
nervous for a while. I was like, oh my God, these two people are going to come down, start going into the atmosphere, and the heat shield is going to fail, and they're just going to blow up on their way down. And I'm just so happy that they didn't. So, yeah, but they're back on Earth. Good for them.
They're back home.
All right, Trish. Shall we toss it over to you?
Oh, we're gonna wrap it up.
Yes, we are, girl.
Yes, we
Okay.
are.
All right. Well, I'm going to give you your love. Are you ready?
All right, everybody. Here's Mama Kim's minute. Number 1: GOP lawmakers pass bill allowing children genital exams without parental consent.
What?
You just heard me.
Oh my God.
Number 2: Boston declares itself a pro-trans sanctuary city amid GOP's escalating attacks.
Good for them.
Number 3: webpage about iconic Golden Girls actress becomes latest victim of Defense Department DEI purge.
No surprise there. It's
Not
like, why?
at all. Yeah,
Why?
yeah. Alrighty,
Jay
moving
Bird.
on this day in gay history. On March 26, 1973, where Port Maria in Jamaica.
Jamaica.
Yep. Gay playwright Noel Coward dies in Jamaica at the age of 73.
Well, I would say they lived a long life.
Yeah, 73.
I mean,
Could be longer, but hey.
well, first of all, they died in
In the
1973,
73.
which means that they were born in the year 1900.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That's a long life for that time frame
Yeah.
and and for that era. 73 years old?
That's
good.
That's a good turnout.
Yeah, I would probably. I don't know.
That's a good turn.
That's a good
job.
turnout. Good job. Hey, 73 years is a long time.
I feel like the 4th of July. I want a hot dog real bad. Is that what she says?
Oh my God. What did she say? It feels like the 4th. Or no, you look like the 4th of July. It makes me want a hot dog real bad.
I'm taking the dog, dumbass.
Taking the dog, dumbass.
What's her name?
That's
Coolidge.
Jennifer Coolidge.
Jennifer Coolidge.
I fucking love her.
Speaking of, have you guys seen White Lotus?
I have to watch the most recent 3.
I haven't even watched season 1 yet. I got to
it
get
good?
into it.
It's good. I'm fucking hooked.
So
We
apparently,
are hooked. We are
apparently,
hooked.
wait,
It's
is
good.
this the series where Arnold Schwarzenegger's son is in?
Yep.
Full
Yeah.
frontal, naked, the whole 9 yards. He's causing quite the scandal.
There's a few of them. Yeah.
So
Where
one of them
there's
is
full
Arnold
front-
Arnold Schwarzenegger's son.
Is he in? So he's the one.
He's the
in-
brother, the oldest brother.
Oh, that's the last season 3.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, that's Arnold Schwarzenegger's son.
Oh, that's a crazy. I don't want to spoil
Yeah,
it.
don't spoil it.
I
There's
mean, it's all over
Don't
the
spoil
internet.
it.
All right, there's a crazy sex scene. Period.
Okay. Don't spoil it. It's with him. Please tell me
Yes,
it's. Oh,
it's
thank
with
And
you.
his brother.
and his brother.
Oh, thank you. Okay. Okay. Listen.
I wasn't trying to spoil it.
Well, I mean, it's all over the
yeah,
internet.
it's
I watched Game of Thrones.
Yeah.
We saw Cersei and fucking, you
Yeah.
know, what's his name? Jamie Lannister go at it and have 3 fucking kids. I can handle that.
It was a bit of a spoiler for me when I heard somebody say it was a
See,
comedian.
I haven't seen that scene yet.
No,
so.
it was a comedian that cracked a joke. It was like, "Oh, this shit is as crazy as the White Lotus incest scene," and I was like, "What the fuck?"
Oh, what's going on in the government?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
but yeah, it's a pretty good show. I was like, at first,
Oh,
but
my God.
yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. It kind of the show's good, but it kind of gives me anxiety.
I'm
Oh,
excited
yeah, totally.
for it.
'Cause you're just like, it's, yeah.
Yeah.
I get it.
So I kind of hate that this season I'm watching episode per week because
Because you have to wait.
yeah,
It's horrible.
I fucking hate it.
Netflix has ruined our lives,
Well,
okay?
that's on Max, but yeah.
No, I know
Yeah.
it's on
Oh,
Max,
no,
but
yeah.
Netflix is the reason
Yeah.
why we expect, like, drop the whole fucking
the whole season,
Let
yeah.
me binge watch.
Yeah.
Right?
Like,
They ruined our lives.
Yeah.
Because now we expect every other network and every other, like, content provider to do the
Yeah.
same, and we're so disappointed.
Yeah. So yesterday we watched the last episode that aired the week prior, and I was like, "Fuck!" It's like,
yeah, I think I'm 3 behind
yeah,
right now.
yeah.
Which is good, because at least you can, like, sit there for, like, a good 2.5 hours
Well,
and
I've got
dig into
a
it.
couple other shows right now that I'm watching, so I've been like watching those when they come out,
Yep.
and then committing to White Lotus. It's a long episode.
It's
So it's like
they're
it's
an
like-
hour and change
yeah.
each.
And
But they're
if I
Deal with
watch,
that.
there's so yeah, the premise behind it is like White Lotus. It'll give you the story for 5 different couples or families.
Right, but don't they go to
At
like a
the same-
hotel somewhere in
The White
Asia?
The White Lotus is the hotels, so it's like a chain.
Yeah,
And then
but
the first episode's in Maui,
okay.
the second one's in Italy, and
Okay.
the third season is in
Taiwan.
Well,
Thailand,
shit.
Thailand. Thailand.
If all this crazy shit is happening, I want to go to the White Lotus.
Hey, the sex scenes.
you don't need to go to the White Lotus.
Yeah,
Actually, you're right.
but he's got
This is a White Lotus.
But yeah, he's got a nice
I hate you
piece.
both.
Very nice. And the sex scenes are
Okay.
muy caliente.
Yeah, you know, it's well,
Yeah.
allegedly.
Allegedly. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. She can't even whistle right now.
yeah,
That's all.
that's all she thinks about. She's like, oh my god, I can't even do this. Ooh. I can't even put my lips in a circular form to conform
No.
to what's about to
Yeah. Her lips are too moist.
you know to grace my mouth.
Oh my god.
I cannot. All right.
Alrighty,
Jaybird.
moving on. We've
Yes.
went off the deep end there.
We sure did.
But yeah, White Lotus.
Yeah, we
Must
went down
watch.
that rabbit hole.
Alrighty. If you love the show, please make sure to subscribe, rate, and review on your favorite podcasting service.
That's right.
I always want to say broadcasting. I don't know why.
Well, we do broadcast
Yeah,
in,
but-
in a way.
By subscribing, you get the latest and greatest of our show delivered right to your favorite device or web browser as soon as the episode is published. You can also support us on Patreon. With Patreon, you, our listeners, can help to support the show with a pledged donation, and the donations are collected monthly and can be in any denomination of $1 or more.
Trisha.
Don't fuck it up.
All right, everybody. Get the Future Method and all other products today. All products are doctor developed, can clean out without hurting your bum. Take confidence anywhere with the anal powder packs. Increase your stretch goals with the 3-piece anal glass dilation kit. And get all the information you need with Dr. G's book, But Seriously. Visit futuremethod.com to purchase your life-changing bum accessory today.
Yes, Queen. All
Alrighty. And coming to our closing plug, it is time to put a ring on it.
Or a plug up it.
How do I plug up it?
Or go to the White Lotus.
I'll go to the White Lotus.
Fuck your brother.
Oh.
Damn. Alrighty
Or
then.
come to Wisteria Lane.
Wisteria Lane. And
Get your dicks.
something happens.
Bring hand sanitizer,
Yeah.
everybody.
Casting couch. Fully open. Our show is available on our website, gaytalk20.com, under audio podcast. It is also available. Oh, Kenny hasn't. Anyway, it is also available.
He's seen the casting couch
You
before.
seen it? Okay. It is also available at our as a free download on Apple Podcast, YouTube Music, and Stitcher Radio.
Trisha Yearwood.
All right, you can find us on social media, Facebook at GayTalk 2.0, Instagram GayTalk 2.0. You can email us at GayTalk2.0 at GayTalk20.com. Tom, it's your turn.
All right, ladies and gents, thank you all for joining us on today's episode. If you need to reach out to us, just head on over to our website, click on the Contact Us tab, which is located at the top of your web browser. There you can leave comments, suggest topics, submit a question for the cast, or an individual host. You can also give us a ring on our phone and leave us any questions you may have on our voicemail. Our phone number is 334-GAY-TALK, and if you need to reach out to us, just call us again, 334-429-8255. Don't forget, we do stream live for all of our Patreon supporters on the day of the show being recorded. Everyone else gets to see it the week after. I want to thank you all for joining us on tonight's episode. That is our show. Thank you, and have a good night. Bye. Thank you for listening to this episode of Gay Talk 2.0. Tune in next time for more dish.